I'm Jackie.
And I'm Dane.
And we just finished watching episode 1 of season 2 of Agent Carter.
Agent Carter! Ah!
I guess we actually watched the first 2 episodes. It was actually a 2-hour-long premiere.
It was surprise double-length episode. I mean, we probably would have known if we had actually looked, but we didn't.
But I was not mad because it was so good.
No, it was really good.
So much happened, though.
I know.
So we finally, like we discussed in our season 1 review, we do see Dottie again.
Yes.
And she, spoiler alert.
Yes, please. Spoilers. Before anyone goes any further, spoilers. More spoilers than a Fast and the Furious movie. Spoilers. So many spoilers.
We capture Dottie. Agent Carter is in the middle of interrogating when...
Well, don't just gloss over that magnificent fight scene.
Okay, the opening sequence was phenomenal.
It was so great.
It was so good because it was just showing the intelligence of both of these characters, the hero and the villain, and how they sort of played each other. But of course the hero comes out on top.
Almost cliched opening of this is the same outfit and same exact intro of season 1, but surprise!
But it's not her.
It's not Agent Carter. It's actually Dottie, and she's robbing a bank for something we don't know what it is.
A thing.
And then it was an ambush by the SSR because I saw her coming, and then there's an epic, scrappy fight scene in the bank vault.
Peggy uses everything around her, as is her fighting style, as we learned in season 1. She is scrappy and she uses her environment.
Roll of quarters is like brass knuckles.
Grabs a bag of coins and just rams it on
so
Dottie.
And then of course they have the slow motion like...
There was that.
We get the explanation of Agent Souza becomes the police chief in somewhere in California. I don't know exactly where in California. Is it Los Angeles?
Hollywood.
There we go.
Yes, they're in LA.
He's like the police chief there, and of course
SSR, West Coast, basically.
Right. So then of course there's a mysterious thing that requires him bringing in other SSR agents, and of course it's gonna be Peggy Carter. So that's why she's in Hollywood. And of course, our other regular cast members, like Jarvis, like Thompson, and Jarvis end up in Hollywood because why not?
They somehow made Jarvis's character even better and even more fun to watch.
I just love the whole can I drive you around? Because I'm bored.
Please.
For the entire first season, we were having adventures and I was almost dying on a regular basis, and now I'm just
a butler
doing the laundry. I'm so bored. And their banter is just as broy and British as
so British.
British intensifies.
It's so British and so wonderful, and I love seeing them back together and broing out again.
Yes.
And we finally get to meet Mrs. Jarvis.
Yes. Anna Jarvis
is amazing.
She makes the clothes. Most of the fabulous outfits you see from that point on are made or picked out by Mrs. Jarvis.
She makes Peggy a garter gun holster.
Well, and also she's not fazed by his weirdness at all. She's just this is par for the course. He's in a weird 1920s workout outfit, lifting weights, and
even though it's the 40s.
Even though I don't know. She's a great character. I'm so looking forward to more of her.
How many women in general could walk in on their significant other pinning another woman down on the ground and just say, "Oh, are you at it again?
Are you at it again?"
Which was
Would you like to get up, or would you like to have another go?
Or would you like to join me for some more wine?
And Jarvis is also part of what is going to probably be my newest favorite running gag, in that the
flamingo.
He's in Hollywood and he gets a flamingo for Howard Stark's menagerie of exotic animals. Every scene we see the flamingo in, it's escaped its cage, and it's just Jarvis trying to get the better of this flamingo whose name is Berlind.
Bernard.
Bernard?
I think Bernard?
It was very British and had a burr in it.
Burr. It's just like a Benny Hill scene every time.
It's so great. I want it to happen in every episode. I'm not even ashamed. Like, not even.
I want it to come back every episode. Other characters that were awesome, not new necessarily, but we actually do see more development on, we think her name is Rose.
I'm pretty sure it's Rose. She was like the only speaking telephone operator when that was how they got into the SSR secret office. And of course, she ends up in the Hollywood SSR secret office because she heard that was going to be a thing and she just had to be there, which is great because she is like a little bit more developed and apparently knows about Sousa's like
thing for Peggy
Carter and is like sort of like his like shoulder like to whine on.
To whine on. She's his sounding board.
Yeah,
basically.
sounding board. There we go. And you've got other new characters. We've got Sousa's girlfriend, who is a nurse and is delightful. And he thinks it's gonna be.
She's great. She's wonderful.
Like when he
not my OTP.
You think she's gonna be all like weird and awkward when Peggy finally meets her, but then they turn out to like be like okay with each other. Maybe that's just an act she's putting on.
No. Peggy is classy and is legitimately not trying to get involved in that because she is better than that. I'm just saying, Sousa absolutely still has a thing for Peggy. And Rose, or whatever her name is, sees it. She knows. She sees it. She's not dumb.
So lots of great like protagonist side characters, antagonist side characters. If anyone is familiar with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which again, spoiler alert, if you're not caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're not really doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that's your own problem. But like the little symbol that they have that is like the centuries old symbol that keeps evolving and means like the group of people that eventually becomes Hydra that is like trying to bring back this ancient inhuman back from exile that apparently can like destroy everything.
On the planet that Gemma ends up on.
Right, anyway, so that symbol, which you can recognize by like the V shape and the circle that's pretty much his trademark, is shown as on top of
like a secret club kind of thing.
They show you that it's a secret club, which I guess is the main antagonist is this council of guys who is probably, for lack of a better way of putting it, like Hydra almost.
I think it's kind of like so SSR gets absorbed into S.H.I.E.L.D. later on down the line. I think this kind of gets absorbed into Hydra later on down the line.
But it's like comprised of a bunch of...
I'm assuming.
It's comprised of a bunch of like men in power, like the Ray Wise character who is the head of Roxxon, and another guy, and then one character who is introduced in this season who is like running for Senate. He's running for Senate, and he's also head of Isodyne. It was a sciencey sounding word.
It's this scientific research institute that is totally involved in terrible things that they shouldn't be researching, but they are. We'll figure it out.
I mean, so
something like Isodyne.
And it's got like the zero matter is like the secret thing that they have under wraps, which was sort of introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again.
Tie-ins.
Hooray, tie-ins, so many tie-ins as like the anti-gravity thing that there was a plot point for a couple of episodes in the beginning of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Early on.
And then it sort of like went away and nobody heard from it again, but maybe because they brought it back, eventually it will come back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Everything goes full circle with Marvel. And then the wife of the senator, almost senator, who is
an actress.
Who's an actress, but then you find out she's like way more nefarious and smarter than you had originally thought. And we feel like that's gonna be like the Dottie of this season. Even though Dottie's still around.
She's still around,
but she's captured in New York still.
So this character, the senatorial candidate's wife, the actress, at the end of the episode actually has something happen to her where it looks like the zero matter has sort of like engulfed her and is now inside of her, or maybe completely controlling her. I don't know if it's sentient.
It left the same mark on her forehead that was the mark that was in the like atomic testing field that like absorbed everything.
It has like somehow fused with her. Whichever is in control, I don't know, but they couldn't find it anywhere,
No,
remember?
they couldn't find it anywhere, and it's very, very Marvel for that to be a thing and for her to be now like this dangerous threat. Just like I said in the recap of season 1, the imagery is so powerful. It's so powerful with
all the colors.
The colors and the costumes. It like sort of had a noir feel, but not really noir because
Updated noir. Like comic book noir though.
It was very comic book, but again, it's like it's a period drama where you get lost in the fact that you're in that period of time, and all of the imagery and settings and costumes and even the way that the mannerisms that they talk, you get lost in it. And I am so happy that they can keep that going and keep you interested in like the sci-fi comic book aspect of things.
Absolutely. Well, like just that one scene with Sousa at his desk on the phone,
and then the
in front of
blinds have the light coming in.
So like gumshoe
it was
taking
good.
a case.
It has so much of the same charm of the first season, and then you've got all these really interesting new characters, and really that's not at the expense of any of the old ones. The only one that's missing is Angie. There's no Angie.
No, we don't see Angie. I haven't lost hope for Angie, but
she could still be around.
She could, I mean, she's in New York doing her thing. She could come to Hollywood for her career. I don't know. But now we get Anna Jarvis, who is phenomenal.
Oh,
such a good character. So much fun to watch. Always trying to get Peggy drunk. It's great. She is amazing. It just builds on the first season. And
it's a lot of the same, but more so. They teased the Howard Stark cameo in the next episode, maybe, so I'm looking forward to that.
Can we talk about Howard Stark's car for 2 seconds, though?
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the fact that, obviously Howard Stark is a ladies' man, and he's super brilliant, like, genius. What was the genius? Playboy philanthropist. So why would he not have a car that looks like it was specifically designed
to get ladies?
And get laid by the ladies. Like she gets in the car and the seat goes backwards and there's a mirror and there's a button.
Good Lord, is that a mirror?
There's a button that like creates
the champagne button.
And like a button that fogs up the windows if you don't want to see what's going on in there. And then a homing beacon for when he leaves the car behind.
The sock on the door.
The sock on the doorknob. There's a sock on the doorknob.
Handy.
Yes.
So what are you excited to see as the season progresses?
I'm excited to see, I love the tie-ins. I love the, oh my god, did you see that symbol? It's the same thing from blah, 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 blah.
It's the Roxxon guy again.
It's the Roxxon guy again. Yeah. It's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. Oh my god, Marvel all the time forever. There's still a lot of tension between Sousa and Peggy. So much tension, even more so because
there's the girlfriend.
And then maybe he might propose because she finds the ring, and it sort of like eats her.
Asked.
Peggy finds the ring by accident, and it sort of eats her up inside. But she, of course, game face, never let him see you cry.
Always classy.
It was really good writing. It was like I didn't know what they were gonna do that was gonna get me like interested in like another season, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna be just the same season again with different characters in a different place.
No, it does already feel different.
Yeah, it does, and it's not just because they're on the other coast.
But it still has a lot of the same charms, like the costumes, the just Peggy, the relationships that we saw in season 1, a lot of the same things that made season 1 so good. The representation, whether it's for females in general. We have Sousa, who is disabled. We have there's the character Wilkes, the scientist.
There's a scientist whose name is Wilkes.
We have a person of color.
Yes, a person of color who's a scientist. And like one of the first things that clicks in your head is, wait a minute now.
But it's the 40s.
This is very Disney for them to just like throw in somebody who is a person of color as a scientist. And you think, oh, maybe that's just because they feel like they need representation. But no, they actually go through the trouble of, and not in any way does it feel like too much exposition. No. Of them being like, well, this is how he got from point A to point B. Every single woman who has been on the screen is not a background character.
Even the receptionist at the lab was like she had an agenda. Like there's the scene where two characters are in the the foreground.
And she's kind of like eyeing them.
And you can see her in the background, just kind of like shifty eyeing at them.
Her and Rose and Anna and even
Receptionist.
even Mrs. Frost. I can't remember what her first name is, but her last name is Frost, and she's like the wife of the senator and the part of the antagonist group.
The potential main antagonist for the season, maybe.
And Dottie, and just like every woman is like the most fleshed out character.
Is like an actual character?
I know, right?
So I'm excited to see where season 2 goes. We will be back here again next week doing another review. Please let us know what you guys thought. Is there anything that you're excited to see? Anything that we didn't talk about that you think is important? Stuff like that.
Plenty of things to discuss. We could go on forever, but we don't have forever. But we will be back next week for the second episode of Agent Carter Season 2, and we hope to see you there too.
Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Bye.